On a crisp September evening in 2016, the O2 Arena in London buzzed with anticipation, the air thick with the scent of sweat and excitement, as two warriors prepared to collide in a boxing spectacle that would etch itself into the annals of the sport. KELL BROOK, the pride of Sheffield, England, stood tall as the hometown hero, his eyes steely with determination, his fists wrapped and ready to defend his honor against a formidable foe. Across the ring, GENNADY GOLOVKIN, the Kazakh powerhouse, known as GGG, carried an aura of invincibility, his record unblemished, his reputation built on a trail of knockouts that left opponents crumpled and fans in awe. The stage was set for a middleweight showdown that promised not just a fight, but a clash of heart, skill, and raw power, captured in crystal clear, high definition at 60 frames per second. Every jab, hook, and uppercut rendered with breathtaking clarity. KELL BROOK, at 30 years old, was no stranger to pressure. He had risen through the ranks of British boxing, his name synonymous with grit and precision. A former welterweight champion, Brooke was stepping up in weight to face Golovkin, a move that sparked debate among fans and pundits alike. Could he carry his speed and sharpness into the middleweight division? His training camp had been grueling, months spent sculpting his body to withstand the power of a man who seemed to defy human limits. Brooks' team knew the challenge. Golovkin wasn't just another opponent, he was a force of nature, a fighter whose punches landed like thunderclaps, whose record boasted a knockout rate that sent shivers down the spine of anyone who dared step into the ring with him. GENNADY GOLOVKIN, at 34, was at the peak of his powers, undefeated, with a record of 35 wins, 30 by knockout. He was the middleweight king, holding multiple titles and a reputation as one of the most feared punchers in the sport. His style was relentless, methodical yet explosive, a blend of technical mastery and brute force. Golovkin's jab was a battering ram, his hooks carved through defenses like a blade through silk, and his ability to cut off the ring left opponents with nowhere to hide. Fans adored him for his quiet humility outside the ring, but inside it, he was a predator. His eyes locked on his prey with a focus that bordered on terrifying. As the lights dimmed and the crowd roared, the announcer's voice boomed through the arena, introducing the fighters. Brooke entered first, his walk to the ring a mix of swagger and focus. The Union Jack draped over his shoulders as the crowd chanted his name. The noise was deafening, a sea of voices lifting him up, their belief in him palpable. He bounced on his toes, shadowboxing in the corner, his muscles taut, his mind razor-sharp. Golovkin followed, his entrance quieter, almost serene, but the intensity in his gaze told a different story. The Kazakh national anthem played, a nod to his roots, and his team stood behind him, exuding confidence in their champion's ability to dismantle yet another challenger. The opening bell rang, and the fight began with an electric pace. Brooke, lighter on his feet, darted in and out, his jab snapping like a whip as he tested Golovkin's defenses. The Englishman's speed was evident, his footwork crisp as he angled away from Golovkin's probing punches. The crowd erupted with every clean shot Brooke landed, their hope surging that he could outbox the seemingly unstoppable Kazakh. Golovkin, however, was unfazed. His stance was compact, his guard high, and his eyes never left Brooke. He stalked forward, cutting off angles, his own jab a steady metronome that began to measure the distance between them. In the first round, Brooke's confidence shone. He landed a sharp right hand that caught Golovkin flush, a statement that he wasn't here to be a stepping stone. The crowd roared, sensing an upset in the making, but Golovkin absorbed the blow, his head barely moving, his expression unchanged. He responded with a jab to Brooke's chest, a subtle reminder of the power waiting to be unleashed. The round ended with both men feeling each other out, but the tension was palpable. Brooke's speed versus Golovkin's power, a classic matchup unfolding before a rapt audience. The second round saw Golovkin shift gears, his pressure intensified, his feet moving with purpose as he closed the distance. Brooke, still nimble, circled and fired combinations, his hands quick, his punches crisp, but Golovkin's jab began to find its mark, snapping Brooke's head back, each impact a warning of what was to come. The Kazakh's body shots landed with a thud, targeting Brook's midsection to sap his energy. Brook fought back, his heart undeniable, landing a counter left hook that briefly halted Golovkin's advance. Yet, the champion's composure never wavered. He was a hunter, patient and precise, waiting for the moment to strike. By the third round, the fight's rhythm had shifted. Golovkin's pressure was relentless, his punches heavier now, each one carrying the weight of his reputation. Brook, to his credit, refused to wilt. He dug deep, firing back with combinations, his right hand finding Golovkin's chin again. But the Kazakh's durability was otherworldly. He walked through Brook's best shots, his own punches growing in ferocity. A vicious left hook to Brook's body drew a gasp from the crowd, the sound of impact reverberating through the arena. Brook's face showed the strain, his breaths heavier, but his resolve unbroken. The fourth round was where the tide began to turn. Golovkin's relentless pressure started to wear on Brook, his movements slowing as the Kazakh's punches found their mark with increasing frequency. A brutal right hand from Golovkin rocked Brook, his legs buckling for a split second before he steadied himself. The crowd, sensing danger, urged their man on, their voices a desperate plea for him to weather the storm. Brook fired back, his heart carrying him through, landing a combination that momentarily pushed Golovkin back. But the champion's response was swift, a crushing left hook that landed flush on Brook's jaw, sending a ripple of shock through the arena. As the fifth round began, Brook's corner was frantic, his right eye was swelling, the result of Golovkin's pinpoint accuracy, and his movement was labored. Yet, he stepped forward, his pride refusing to let him back down. Golovkin, sensing the end, unleashed a barrage of punches, jabs, hooks, uppercuts, each one thrown with surgical precision and devastating power. Brook absorbed punishment that would have felled lesser men, his courage undeniable. But the damage was mounting. A vicious combination to the head and body left Brook staggered, his guard dropping, his body swaying under the onslaught. The defining moment came midway through the fifth. Golovkin, with the precision of a master craftsman, landed a thunderous right hand that snapped Brook's head back, followed by a left hook that seemed to shake the very ring. Brook's eye, now nearly swollen shut, betrayed the toll of the fight. His corner, led by trainer Dominic Ingle, made the call no fighter wants to hear. The towel came in, fluttering to the canvas as the referee waved off the fight, the crowd falling silent for a moment before erupting in a mix of respect and disappointment. Golovkin had done it again, another knockout, another statement of his dominance. As the referee raised Golovkin's hand, the Kazakh champion remained stoic, his respect for Brook evident in a nod across the ring. Brook, battered but unbowed, stood tall, his head high despite the loss. The crowd showered both men with applause, recognizing the heart and skill displayed in those 5 brutal rounds. Golovkin's record moved to 36-0, his knockout streak intact, while Brook, though defeated, earned the respect of fans.